Other issue with veganism is the fact that there's no ethical consumption under capitalism, right? Just because you don't eat meat doesn't mean your food is cruelty-free. You know how many people are getting killed? You know how many countries overthrew for the bananas that you eat? You know how many people die for the crop? How many people are underpaid, starving? Let's first address capitalism. There's no ethical consumption under capitalism.
So his video consists of a series of empirical claims made without evidence, followed by vague accusations of hypocrisy that rely on the same unsupported claims, without clearly identifying which specific values vegans are supposedly violating when purchasing things like crops. I'm not even sure he understands what veganism is, but we'll cover that at the end. I'm also not sure he understands the implications of his own view. If his position is that under capitalism, all consumption is unethical, and therefore trying to convince people to stop engaging in specific unethical consumer choices is a problem because such efforts don't address capitalism as a whole, would he act this way if the situation involved dogs? For example, if people were mass exploiting, torturing, and killing dogs for food in the same way we currently do to cows, pigs, and chickens, would he respond to dog activists trying to convince others to stop supporting such atrocities by saying, all consumption is unethical anyway, and you might as well continue supporting the farm until capitalism is fully abolished? Or does he acknowledge that there is, at the very least in his view, a spectrum in how unethical different consumer choices are? If he accepts there is a spectrum, then pointing to general background injustice under capitalism, which by the way he has not demonstrated, doesn't undermine criticism of particularly harmful practices. Otherwise, his view seems to imply that advocating for things like fair trade or improved labor conditions under capitalism is pointless since every purchase under capitalism is equally unethical. Not to mention, veganism is simply the position that we ought not treat animals as resources to exploit for our own gain. As per usual with this type of objection to veganism from non-vegan leftists, this just seems like a lazy and convenient way to not live up to your anti-oppression values, because doing so in this case involves making a shift in your everyday habits rather than virtue signaling on.
I'm a state capitalist, not socialist like many Marxist-Leninists like to say. But first we need to distinguish what makes
State capitalism is originally a term coined by Engels to describe the state of socialism. Some describe state capitalism as a complete material preparation for socialism, describing socialism as the stage after state capitalism, and socialism merely being state capitalism operating in the interest of the working class people. Meanwhile, to grant you that China's state capitalism is an intentional stage in the Marxist. Oh yeah, hitting the peak in the past, China's millions are now with a complete 68% of China's GDP being generated by state-owned enterprises. 66% of companies listed on the Chinese stock exchange are state-owned. Worker-owned. If we understand that capitalism is a necessary stage for a society to transition to get socialism and then communism, we also understand society needs to refine the working person. I don't know why it seems like any of the actual constitution is criticized to death by Western capitalism too. Its existence is inherently needed. It is a tool that is to achieve a social society. In China, the party and politics dominate capital and use capitalism too. In America, politics and governance is a tool of capitalists. Those are very different things. There's a reason no country that is attempting to hit the communism now but exists. Evidence in the fact that the being on the way to socialism, all Marxist-Leninist countries you hit the communism now but is a Western Marxism. Okay, bro, just oh, that's another one. Oh, civilians maybe not today, maybe it's not. Well, that's crazy. Someone says that's what
exit visa, but no one else accepts their passport or accepts entry.